Yes, guys. Hello, welcome to the SpursRelated YouTube and audio podcast. I would say I hope you're doing well as always, but I know everyone is not doing well after that absolute shocking performance. Once again, we're out of the cup. No more trophies. I say no more trophies. Definitely no trophies this year. We're saying that for the, I think, 15th year in a row. And listen, I don't even know where to start. I'm absolutely fuming. Andre, what on earth have I just watched?
It's just typical Tottenham. It shouldn't be very surprising. And you know what? All of that stuff we just said yesterday is absolutely irrelevant now. All
I
that
said,
talk
I said
about
tight game. I said don't underestimate their defense. They were solid. Yes, there's this thing about, oh, was it offside? Was it not offside? Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care if it was or it wasn't. It's absolutely embarrassing. We've got to the stage where we got to extra time against a championship team that's eighth. I mean, their whole league below us. The Championship is a good league, but we're the Premier League. We've been in the Champions League before. We've been in the Europa League before. We are a very decent team. We have world-class players. They have championship players, and we've just lost, and we're out the cup. We're not going to win the League Cup because that's done. Liverpool have won it. The Premier League, we're scraping, trying to get top six. FA Cup's done now, and we're not even in the European competition because we got knocked out. So, like, what? Honestly, the season's over. The season's done. We can all we can do now is try and get top four.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, yesterday we were all talking a big game about top five, and then as long as we win a trophy, I guess that serves us right for sort of talking like as if we're gonna win something. I would say honestly, the problem is right. You say we have world class players, but where are our world class players? They're up front,
But
and if
yeah,
if the team has been set up to stop them, the rest of the team is not world class. So to me, it's like you have a world class Kane, you have world class Son, you have a few decent players, and then you get to our defense and championship level.
apart from Romero,
Well, yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
just generalizing here, but
Doherty back to being Doherty. I mean, what the? I told you it was a one-off, and it's just awful. Doherty missed an open goal. I mean, it wasn't the easiest chance, but still, like,
yeah, I think Traore must have given him his boots before going to Barcelona.
I mean,
Those were
Winks,
absolutely
Winks,
horrible
Winks,
shots.
Winks. I mean, oh, that guy, he doesn't provide anything. Doesn't
Yeah,
provide
actually, you know what? I
anything.
took I took some notes today. What do you want to start with? Pros, critics, points. What would you like?
Let's
What
let's
part of
start with the welcome me on the Spurs relatables, guys, because I haven't bring
yeah.
up any comments yet. Ayanami's in it as always. Big yourself up, saying nothing but tears of pain. Yam, not seen you before. Big yourself up. He says, "How can we expect to win a trophy when we play that rubbish?" Exactly, mate. Sidan Sine says mentioned here yesterday. We're nowhere near to winning anything. The only thing I want is Kane to stay next season, or we're literally a mid-table team. Kane's not going to stay now. We're not going to win anything, and we're probably not going to get top four. So Kane's gone. Son will probably go soon. Um,
Yeah.
what what more do you need to add? I mean, simply ace in it, big yourself up, mate. He says, "Good evening, lads. This team has zero desire to win, and that is why we always fail." Just put a knife in Conte's back tonight after what he's
Yeah.
been saying about this team doesn't change and everything, and the players can do the talking on the pitch, but no, they still go home with their salary, their nice little salary at the end of the day, and we've lost. We're out of the cup. We're out of all. We're not going to win any trophies this year. Fact.
Yeah.
That's
I
done.
feel bad.
And
Why would he put Scarlett in this game? Why would he play him in
just,
this one?
but you put him on. That's the embarrassing bit. I mean, if there's ever a cry to sign some players, bringing on Dane Scarlett when you need to score a goal in a cup tie, there was no one else to bring on. I mean, it's absolutely embarrassing. Embarrassing. I was saying I was saying today, oh yeah, like we've been negative this year, but we can still win the FA Cup. What a fucking idiot I am for even saying that. Like, what a nah. Honestly, I can't deal with this team, Andre. It makes me tired, ill, sick. I can't. 5, 7. I can't even read. 5, 6, 7, 8 players in and out is the minimum this summer. Honestly,
See, that's the
get Winks
difficulty.
out.
It's
Get
really hard to
Winks
do
out.
that.
Get Emerson. Emerson was at fault for the goal. Oh my god, that guy. Emerson, get him out. Doherty, get him out. Winks, get him out. Sanchez, get him out. I'd even say get Sessegnon out. Just clear this team.
It's
Just clear it
hard to
through.
do that though. We even said yesterday, right? It's something that's going to take a few windows, but that's the state we're in. I am upset, but I'm not that upset because I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to it. I'm not surprised how inconsistent we are. This entire season has been us winning a really, really good hard game or something, or completely wrecking a team, and then they go to the next game that should be an easy win, and we don't. So, Middlesbrough, I said 3-1 yesterday. You said 2-1 in regular time. I even almost said that I was thinking 2-2 in extra time, but the reality is I was prepared. My heart was prepared to lose because that's kind of how we are right now. We have a lot of inconsistent players who show up for one game and then don't show up on the next one. But you know what? Before we start going all over the place, how about we talk about some pros first? Then we'll move on to some other
pros.
Yeah.
What, that
Yeah.
game? No, honestly,
Yes.
I can't do that. You can, honestly, Rondre. I cannot start talking about
All
any
right,
positives of that game.
look.
I'm sorry.
As far as I'm concerned here, something I noticed was yes, Doherty did not have a good game in general when it comes to shooting, but I thought that his runs were pretty decent. He was getting up there. He was pressuring the players. I don't know why exactly. Why bring on Emerson when it's kind of working with Doherty? Look what happened immediately when he came on. Talk about a horrible substitution. Emerson, man, if you were wondering whether or not you're going to be benched, this is the match that's going to tell you that.
Emerson, honestly, the fact he came on and did that. I mean, I can't. A couple more comments, and I've actually brought some guests in the background. I've just
Perfect.
banged it in a chat, and we got some people in the background. But listen, sorry, Ayanami's saying our players have no drive or hunger. That's a clear result of having no players with a winning mentality. They even get paid. They get paid even if they win or lose. This is what I'm saying. Like, these players should be paying for every single one of those fans that travelled 300 miles up to Middlesbrough today and got fucked over by that absolute, complete and utter joke of a performance. I mean, it's embarrassing. I feel so sorry for the people that went up there. I believe we haven't won 2 games in a row in about 8 or 12 games. I believe it's just awful. We struggled in our passings as simply ace. Struggled to keep the ball defensively. We were all over the place. We also struggled to create a chance against the championship. We didn't have a shot on target in the first half. I don't even know how many
No,
shots on target we had.
well, actually, both teams, I think that was the case, right? I think it was minute 40. Each team only had one shot, and they weren't on target. That's where we were at.
I mean, yeah, Joe's just in there, says Harry Winks gives me hope that I can play as a footballer. Listen, I got a couple of people in the background. I'm going to bring one in because I just if I say what I'm going to say, then I'm going to get clipped and stuff. I'd rather someone else says how I'm feeling right now. I mean, you
Right.
guys know we're all pissed off, right? At the end of the day, but let's get some fans in here.
Right,
Welcome
question:
on in, mate.
how deep can we go? How explicit can we be?
You can swear, but obviously no kind of derogatory terms. Nothing, you know the rules. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing racist, nothing sexist, nothing against. Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
But obviously don't go over the top.
Today, what a bunch of useless fucking donkey cunts. Absolute pathetic excuse of a team. There is not one single player on that team today that I'm going to sit here and openly defend. Actually, no, tell you what,
Agreed.
there's one. Because statistically, he was the best player on the pitch and saved us from conceding more than one goal.
Larice.
Eric Dyer.
Larice.
And Eric Dyer. What? Go and look at the statistics of how many balls he cleared out of that box, and look how many interceptions he made. Statistically, he was the best player on the pitch, right? And all these Højbjerg supporters, all these Højbjerg defenders, line yourselves up so I can slap you individually because he is not to be defended. This guy is absolute dross. Absolute dross. I'm watching this guy in the second half make half-assed tackles, sitting and watching him give away the ball 24/7, making crosses that are going out of play. This guy is not good. How can people sit here and say, "Oh, he's a world-class defender"? No, he's not. The guy is absolutely dog shit. I'm sick to the back teeth of seeing the same players repeatedly letting us down week in, week out. We're turning up to games we shouldn't be turning up against. Who expected us to get 3 points at City? Because it wasn't me, right? But get games that we should be winning. Burnley, we lose. Middlesbrough, we lose.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Granted,
Josh. Is it Josh?
Middlesbrough.
Josh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Josh, I completely get what you're saying. I completely even Højbjerg is not performing like he did last year. I completely get your frustration here. But for you, other than Eric Dyer, do you think that any of them are justified to walk into that team next game, or would you just say, like, completely fuck them all? We need to, give the youngsters a run out because this is embarrassing.
I think
what do you do?
The thing is, I could sit here and say this player doesn't deserve it, this player doesn't, but then next game we'll be fielding 5 players. If going based on what I'm saying, we'll be fielding 5 players. As soon as he took off Kulusevski, I knew that we were done. We were finished. Kulusevski was providing the chances that we had into the box. Ultimately, he was what we needed down that wing. Ultimately, that's what we needed. He brought on Bergwijn. Bergwijn made a massive impact. I thought he did well. Yeah, Bergwijn, from the get-go, he was just bang on it.
Josh,
constantly.
Josh, I've got to ask you a question because I was going to ask Andre this as well, and it's an open question for both of you. What is going on with Son at the moment? Because, I mean, that guy is off the pace, right? That guy hasn't been good. Like, okay, yes, he's made a good finish against Leeds, but realistically, is Son playing at the heights he normally would? No, he's not. So what is going on with Son at the moment?
He doesn't pass the eye test. That's a fact. He doesn't pass the eye test. But statistically, he's the best creative midfielder that we've got.
I think he's suffering a bit of the remember Reguilon last season when he came back from injury, and he was just like a completely different player. I think that's happened to him. He's not performing at the standard that we put him in. He's made my bottom 3 lists in a few games now. He keeps the ball rather than pass it to Kane or to someone else, except that one with Kulu, obviously. In general, some of his decisions have just been very, very shoddy.
It's just absolutely shocking. I'll be saying Pepe Matasar over Højbjerg. Are you looking forward to having him in, Josh? Trying to maybe think on a more positive note after an absolute shambles.
Chalk and cheese. Pepe Matasar's a right mid. Højbjerg's a CDM. It's chalk and cheese.
But maybe that's not the best like for like comparison. But what I'm saying is, are you already looking to the summer to move some players out and to get some players in these kind of positions like centre mid, centre back, right wing back?
We need a full turnaround. There's about 4 or 5 players I'd keep in that squad and build a team around them. Ultimately, do you know what I said this, and a lot of people went at me for it, but I'd take the risk and I'd even put Sonny up for sale, honestly, because we need to generate some kind of income. I don't want to see him go, but ultimately we need to keep Harry Kane. Son, and other than Harry Kane, who's going to bring us the most amount of money? Because it isn't going to be, it's not going to be Eric Dyer. It's not going to be Ben Davis, is it? No, you're going to need to sell something. You're going to need to sell someone that's, going to bring in some kind of revenue and complete overhaul.
Right, but if you got rid of Son, who would you bring in to replace him?
Noni Madueke. I'd bring in Noni Madueke from BSV Eindhoven straight away. I think the guy's an absolute bowler.
Okay, Josh. But if you're going to sell Son, say I go to you, you're going to have to sell one of them, Kane or Son. Who do you get rid of?
Son.
Over Kane.
Over Kane, 100% Son.
Wow. Okay.
If you'd asked me at the beginning of the season, I would have said Harry Kane.
Because of the attitude thing, right, and everything
it's
else.
Not even just the attitude. It's not even just the attitude, mate. Like, it was. You look at his stats the first half of the season, and he just wasn't doing anything. He just was not doing anything at all. I'd even bring in Maximan from Newcastle, and it'll be hard to pry him away, but you give Newcastle the right price, he'll come to Spurs.
Do you worry? I mean, I haven't seen. Obviously, we've jumped straight back on this after full time. Do you worry how Conte is going to react after that? I mean, he looked ill. He looks ill at the moment.
He looks fed up. It wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow he walks. It really wouldn't surprise me at all. Yeah.
Blimey. Willie's saying I'd put Bergwijn at mid over wings. I mean, come on. What do you think of that?
I would. I'd put anyone on. I'd put anyone on that pitch instead of Winks.
Nola's close.
Well, see, I noticed a few things that I can't believe that we didn't sort of like the tactical change wasn't there, but it might be a lack of players. I noticed, for example, McNair, that we were talking about him, right? One of the players to watch. He was on Kane duty, and he really shut him out. The left side got doubled up, right? Sessegnon and Son, 2 players on them all the time. So that was forcing Tottenham to play the ball on the right side, and that's when the players would exploit Kulusevski's pace. So to me, I feel like getting rid of Son for you. I don't know how I feel about that, because the thing that we were lacking at the moment on the right side is not. It's pace. That's what we need. We need pace, and we don't have that.
Okay, in terms of marketability, if that's even a word, if there's one player in our team that's other than Kane that's gonna draw attention from other clubs, it would be Son. And ultimately, you have to take a risk. I think at this point.
How much do you think we get for Son right now?
80, 90. Statistically, 80, 90. That's including his contract. Bear in mind, his contract expires when he's like 32.
Okay. Some good talking points in here in chat. Big yourselves up, guys. Appreciate the support, obviously, even after a loss. So massively appreciate it. And if you could all just smash the thumbs up button, that would really, really help the channel a lot. But listen, Emil's saying, can't lie, I like Conte, but I don't think he can work miracles. At the end of the day, he needs to be backed in the transfer window so he can shape the team like he wants. I mean, open-ended question here, guys. Do you think Emil's right here? He can't work miracles with this team, and Conte's kind of, put some digs in there, put some, backhanded kind of comments in there saying like the managers change at this club, but the players don't. And at the end of the day, these players aren't going to go away unless we literally sell them and get new ones in. And we can't just rest on these players. Like Conte can't work miracles. Conte can't just turn Doherty into an amazing player. He can't turn Ben Davies into an actual solid centre back. He can't make Winks not a non-League One player. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. Well, actually, James, this is your chance to throw in your usual sentence for Ben Davies. Now's your chance.
Ben Davies tonight. Paper over the cracks as always. Paper over the cracks.
Do you know what? I'm going to disagree with you there. I think Ben Davies started to show his flaws when we moved to the 4 at the back. I've always said the back 3 of Ben Davies, Romero, and Eric Dyer, it works like a dream sometimes. It genuinely does. As soon as you put Eric Dyer on the right, on the left-hand side, and then you put Ben Davies as a left back, that's when shit goes south. Right? Romero is better in a back 3. You can't take him out of position there. It's proven that he doesn't perform well there. Eric Dyer doesn't perform well in a back 2, and Ben Davies doesn't perform well as a left back. As soon as we moved to 4 at the back, that's when the issue started. That's when the issue started playing up.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? One of the things that was really it was hard to watch was the fact that the minute that ball reached Højbjerg or Winks, there was any creativity that was being made was done. It was just gone, disappeared. And you add the fact that Romero would push up. I think that's something that he likes to do, but I also feel like it's something he feels like he needs to do because there's nothing going on in the midfield. Then you got Winks telling him to go back, but if he doesn't come up and push people forward, nothing happens. It's just side passing and back passing from those two, mainly Winks, because at the end of the day, yeah, Højbjerg, he hasn't had really good games recently, but he is a natural center defensive midfielder. It's that other midfield beside him that needs to be really creative, like Bentancur. But Winks isn't that.
If he pushes forward, the guy can play. The guy's a bowler if he pushes forward. But it's just so irritating that his natural response to getting a football at his feet is to pass it backwards or sideways. He has no pressing ability, right? But when he does press, he presses well. And it really frustrates me. We see the type of football that Harry Winks suits, and it is attacking, fast-paced forward football. He just doesn't want to do it because the guy is absolute dross. He's lazy. Conte sits there and says, "Oh, Winks has got passion." Where? I've got more passion in my left toe, my left big toe, than Winks has in his entire body.
You see those really easy mistakes he was being drawn into, like when Isaiah Jones was running past the edge of the box, and he just like some some basic footballer who doesn't know what he's doing goes behind him and gives him a little shove. Obviously, the player's going to fall down, and obviously he's going to get the foul for it. I don't know why Winks was surprised.
What about
Because
this
it's
one, then?
Harry. Because it's Harry Winks. It's Harry Winks. It's what he does.
Listen, guys,
Yeah.
Willie Thomas in here, big yourself up, Willie. He says, are we just devoid of a midfield? Like, is there not one in the academy? What about Harvey White? Would you put him in over Winks at the moment?
I'll take the 423 midfield over anything that we've got in our midfield right now, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, what do we do? Like, okay, then let me flip a
Hey,
question.
I'd go as far as to say put Galini as CDM and see what happens.
But listen, in all seriousness, Josh, what do you do? The next game, obviously, I believe Everton on Monday night, right? Monday night. So we've got, 5-6 days to prepare for this. What starting 11 do you go with after we thought we had our best starting 11 after the Man City game and after the Leeds game, and now we're back to almost square one again, where some of these players are now questioned. The likes of Doherty not playing well today, the likes of Winks. Like, what do we do? Obviously, hopefully, Skip's back by then. But what do we do for the starting 11 next game now? I don't have a clue.
I don't think there's anything we can do, mate. To be honest with you, I genuinely don't. I'm sick. I'm frustrated. Do you know what I mean? I'm at the point now where I don't care what we do. I've lost that much faith in that team.
Yeah.
Right. I'm giving up my membership next season.
Oh,
I'm not doing it to myself no more.
Because you just don't want to do it for it's not
tired.
helping you.
What am I paying? What am I paying my membership for? What
With
to
your
see?
feet.
To see championship football?
Well, essentially, that's what we played. Like, we played worse than the championship team tonight because we just got beaten by one. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. If you think
There were some
that.
players. There were some players at Middlesbrough though that I thought were absolutely amazing.
But we said this.
That Crooks is a
We called this.
bowler.
yeah.
Crooks is
we
an
called it.
absolute bowler.
So
we
we said
called
this,
it.
Josh.
We're like, if
We
we
did the
don't
preview.
stop him, he will stop us. And that is exactly
That
what
Crooks.
he did. Højbjerg and Winks did nothing to stop that guy, and that guy was going around our entire team. The heart of the team. Did you see the passion in him when he got a little injured? He did not want to leave. He kept coming back. The substitution that was
Because he knew
made
it was
worked for
winnable. Because he
him.
knew it was winnable. That's the
Yep.
kind of tenacity, and that's the type of tenacity, grit, and determination to win a game we need in our team. Ultimately, that's what we need in our team.
Yeah.
I'm at a point. I'm at a point now where, do you know what? I might as well just go and support my local non-league team, because at least that way I won't be expecting much, and it's a cheap day out.
Hey, look, man, I'm over here all the way in Canada thinking of going over there to watch a game. I'm kind of debating on whether it's worth it.
Save yourself. Whereabouts in Canada are you?
Toronto.
Go watch Toronto FC, man. You'll see better style football. Trust me.
Actually, they were pretty bad last season too. So it's like I'm kind of used to this.
Yeah, but they've just got a new manager, and they've just brought in some really good signings, man.
Insigne,
listen,
yeah, man. But you know what? Tottenham needs a signing like that.
Listen, this guy's here saying you played like crap all game. You deserve to lose this game. I couldn't agree
100%.
more, mate. I'm not even going to pretend we
100%.
didn't. And all this stuff about, oh yeah, it was onside. Harry Kane was onside. I don't care. We should have won. We should be beating him.
He was onside, to be fair. He was onside, to be fair, and he was fouled in the box.
But George, I get what you're saying.
I don't want to cling on to if buts
it's
and maybes.
excuses at the end of the day.
No,
we
it
don't
is
deserve
excuses.
we
But
shouldn't be.
all I'm going to
grasped onto
say,
that.
if VAR was in the FA Cup, that would have been given.
But it is in the FA Cup, isn't it? I don't know what happened there.
It's not in the FA Cup.
Carabao Cup, I think.
Well, why?
I don't think VAR is in either. I think VAR comes in for court. I think VAR comes in from the quarters onwards.
That's silly.
But what? Why? What?
At the end of the day, guys, look, the fact that we have to sit here and discuss a VAR call to see if we could have won against a championship team or taken it to penalties says it all right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
We-
guys, are we
we-
looking?
We
Are
did it
we
worse
regretting-
than Manchester United, because at least Manchester United took it to pens.
Are we
Yeah.
sure that VAR is not on the Premier League stadiums? Maybe it's in the Premier League stadiums only, because obviously it's used for the Premier League. I think it's something to do with that. But
That could
listen,
be that.
Well, Middlesbrough are in the Premier League and they used it.
they're in the Championship.
They were in the Premier League 2 seasons
Yeah,
ago.
but
Was it?
yeah, but they weren't in the Premier League when we had VAR, were they?
Well, regardless.
Anyway, listen.
We were
listen,
shit. We lost.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Listen, Ellis is saying we got rid of Lo Celso and Ndombele. Our only creativity doesn't make sense. What do you guys think of that?
And Ndombele couldn't, the guy isn't cut for the Premier League, in my opinion.
Yep.
And Lo Celso was just gaining a paycheck sitting on the bench in the doctor's office.
Correct. Louis said didn't look up for it at all. No press. At least we saw more of Wink's Sunday League performances. I mean, unbelievable. Honestly, this guy. Snatch one of their right backs next season. Surely they'd be open to selling Spence or Jones if they're both playing like top class wine. I mean,
if Middlesbrough get promotion via playoffs, Jed Spence will not leave.
Like, yeah, and you know what? I have
now.
been a big advocator of these guys, saying how dangerous they can be. The fact that it is really a revolution in that team. The fact that they might actually be in the Premier League next season, and we did not do our part, or at least not we, but those players did not do their part to shut out the guys that even us, just the fans, realized that we should. Jones, that fast dude, I said right-hand man to Chris Wilder. Watch him. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who gave the assist, wasn't it?
I don't know.
All
I'm going to say is, do you know what? I think people we should have beaten Middlesbrough. There's no ifs, buts, and maybes about it. But when you look at the grander scheme of things, right? The Championship is a more competitive league than what the Premier League is.
100%.
You've got 10, 11, maybe 12 teams that have the ability to contend for top and second and playoffs. In the Premier League, you've probably got 2 or 3 teams that contend for top. Every other team in there is just playing for the sake of playing. Middlesbrough are not a team that we should have slept on, especially after they knocked out Man United. If our scouting, if our team report from, we should have assessed how Middlesbrough were playing in the last couple of games, which is something obviously we didn't do, because from the offset, they pushed us. They created chances. They had 4 pushing at any one time. And what were we doing to defend that? What were we doing to defend? Nothing.
Do you see how much they want to run, even at 1-0, like in extra time when they went on that break?
They could have taken the ball to the corner.
It was
6-2,
to
the corner.
But why is no one even running back? I saw Winks running back and he was running all over the place, and there was one other player back, and that was it. And I know we're going for the game. I understand the situation in the game, but no one is busting a gut to even get back at that. If you watch,
I was surprised. Do you know what? I was surprised Lloris didn't get called to go up. I'm genuinely surprised.
I know. On that, yeah, I think because it was 3 minutes added on that corner on 90 or not 90, 120. But I mean, listen, this goes back in and saying I support my local team in Macedonia, but I like the Prem. I watched the Prem 13 years by now. I mean, I would probably stick to your local team, honestly.
Yeah, don't do it to yourself, mate. Honestly,
we're looking to like a team that may get relegated within the next 2 seasons if we lose Kane and Son, which very much could happen.
We just need to think about it. We just need to hope the ball sell, man. We need to hope that. I don't want to go on some Levy Enoch outrun on here, because I'm pretty sure everyone knows my opinion on our board, and it's our team today just goes to show what lack of investment really, really does to your squad. You keep the dead weight. You don't realistically look at transfer offers. Matt Doherty had every opportunity to leave because I believe Wolves wanted him, but we just weren't willing to negotiate with them.
Yeah,
because he wanted to keep Matt Doherty. He's a player that should have gone out of the window. Dele Alli was gone, but again, the Dele Alli deal confuses me because it's a free transfer in respectively. Winks should have gone. Lo Celso, in my opinion, he's out on loan. Fair enough, and if what he's saying is true that he doesn't get along with Conte, then yeah, I can kind of see why. But we brought 2 players in, and they were put in positions that we weren't even screaming out for. In when you look at it, like we brought in a CDM, and we brought in a right winger. Himself in the first team, I think the guy is an absolute diamond to watch. He's a pleasure to watch, and I think he starts over more every day of the week. But the question is,
who's this? Kulusevski.
Kulusevski, yeah. I think he starts ahead of more every game.
And Bergwijn?
Bergwijn could be good as a centre attacking mid. I'd play. Do you know? I'd play him in the 2. I'd play him in the 2 alongside Bentancur, to be fair, because then you've got one that can hold back and you've got one that can press. And ultimately, if you look at the partnership with Højbjerg and Winks, Højbjerg and Skip, that's exactly what they do. Skip presses, Højbjerg holds back.
Mm.
If you
Yeah.
Bentancur and Bergwijn could be the answer to Højbjerg and Skip, and then you could swap Skip and Bergwijn around. Bergwijn, I think, has been given a really, really tough. Yeah, I don't think he's really been given the chance. I think he's getting it quite rough at Tottenham. Obviously, we were gonna sell him, and then we kept him, and he come on against Leicester and scored 2 brilliant goals. It just goes to show the kind of ability this guy's got. He's got everything going for him, except the manager's not willing to give him playtime.
Right.
And we seriously need to look at the options, and we need to seriously look at what we're going to do going forward, because what we are doing isn't working and it isn't sufficient. I can sit here and blame the players all day long, but ultimately some of the blame must lie with Conte. He's got it wrong again today. 100%.
What do you think he's got wrong, Josh?
Formation straight away. He should have gone with 5-4-1. 5-4-1 would have been sufficient.
Against Middlesbrough.
Look how Middlesbrough played. They pressed consistently. 5-4-1 against a team that high presses, and then on the counter you go 3-5-2. It works.
Josh, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just trying to think what the 4 would be.
The 4?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a midfield. So you'd have Højbjerg, Winks, Kulusevski, and Son playing as a solo line as a 4. On the counter, have the 2 wingers pressing up and hold the middle 2 back. So ultimately, it works as a 3-5-2.
Okay.
On the counter, that's what we should have done.
Do you think Conte maybe didn't? I'm not trying to defend him, but do you think Conte maybe didn't do that? The fact we haven't got Skip or Bentancur at the moment.
Conte didn't do it because he's fed up, and I think the guy's all out of ideas.
Okay.
Well, we have said previously, and I know you've listened to it too, and I'm sure you agree. It really is. We have a team that has a plan A and then a very half-assed plan B. That's about it.
I don't even think they've got a plan B. In all honesty,
Plan B is bringing Poch
look
back.
Look what he's done to me. I've come on here like loads of energy, raring and running to go, and now I'm just like I'm fed up. Just can't be asked. Genuinely.
Well, here let's switch it for a second and just how about we just focus on a few players here. What do you think of Sessegnon's overall performance today? He's been given another chance. Reguilon came on.
I think he deserved the chance. To be fair, I think when Sessegnon does play well, he does push up, and it's something that you need. He was filling gaps in that Sessegnon wasn't. Look, he assisted Matt Doherty's goal at the weekend against Leeds, and it was a brilliant run from him and a brilliant delivery into the box. That's the kind of thing that guy can. That's the sort of thing that Sessegnon can provide, and I think it's really harsh. People jump on his back. The guy's 21 years old. He's not even reached anywhere near what he could potentially be right now. I think in order for Sessegnon to do something, we need to bring in another left back, and we need to send him out on loan, and then potentially sell Reguilon, because I don't think Reguilon is going to cut it in this squad long term. Well, I think he's had his moment, and he's sort of just faded off a little bit, which is why he doesn't start in the games.
So you're saying sell Reguilon. I think there was these rumors that Real Madrid might want him back.
Buyback clauses expired, dude.
Has it expired?
Yeah, it expired in the summer.
I thought it was for 2 seasons. Has it been 2 seasons?
But listen, there's probably still some term where they can get him back on a cheaper deal, right?
Maybe there might be clauses that if we don't get Champions League football, then that clause is still intact.
Could be. But you know what? You are so you would take out Sessegnon on loan again then?
I'd send him out on loan to a Premier League club, like a mid-table Premier League club.
Palace?
Someone like Palace. Palace would be very good. Be a good fit. If Fulham come up, send him on loan to Fulham.
Yeah, because he's been there before. Yeah.
But wouldn't it make sense to maybe send him to a club that employs the same kind of formation that we're using now, a left wing back?
Someone like a Brighton and Hove Albion, maybe.
Could be. That's a good option. Yeah, I noticed one thing I have here in my notes that I noticed: Sessegnon was offside a lot.
But it goes to show that it's a change in the way that he's playing, because the game against Wolves, and I pointed it out on here, and I think one of you agreed with me that Sessegnon would make his run and then stop, turn back, and wait for the ball to be delivered to him. Today, he continued his runs. That's what you need from a winger. That's what you need from a wing back. someone to get into that space. And ultimately, the thing is, I think he's just a little bit too short. It sounds something so dramatic to cling on to, but aerial ability, it doesn't really have much. The aerial threat from Sessegnon, Sessegnon in an aerial battle doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, let's get through a couple of the comments because there's a good couple of talking points there as well. John said, John Lindsay, big yourself up. Not seen you before. Welcome to the channel. He says, I think we are in a sticky situation. We're too predictable. Conte couldn't change the midfield today. If we have Bentancur, I think it changes the game completely. What do you guys think?
Bentancur is a baller.
Correct.
And him being out for 3 weeks is a massive blow to us.
Absolutely, Spawn. And Ronnie's made a really good point here. Ronnie, again, I haven't seen you for before. Big yourself up. Welcome to the channel, mate. He says, too many years buying wide-ish frontmen who don't cross and rarely score, don't header or take free kicks or throw-ins, and a fear of tackling or tracking back. So basically what Ronnie's saying here is we're buying too many, wide-ish frontmen that literally have no assets other than they've done okay things in other leagues. I think of Clinton Ajayi, Nkudu. Maybe he's referring to even more recent players. But listen, I think it's a really good point.
I'm going to rebuttal that statement and saying it's too many years of not buying players in the right positions. Full stop.
Yeah, exactly. It's just. Exactly, and then trying to fit them in positions that they don't fit. I mean, we were trying to do that from the offset with Adama Traore. I mean, this club's mentality is unbelievable. Listen,
well, look what happened with look, the best example for that kind of stuff. Look at Barcelona; they were buying players to replace Neymar, and they were none of them were players that played exactly where Neymar played. They bought Griezmann, but they wanted to put him in a wing position when he was playing as a 10. Yeah, so I mean, if we do the same thing, we're gonna get the same result. If we keep buying players that they have their amazing season in a certain position, and then we buy them to play in a different position, and they don't play as well. That doesn't take someone super smart or football analytical to realize that is something that's not going to work. Sessegnon, that is what his best season as a wing back.
Yep, I agree. You look at Sessegnon was bought primarily as a left mid. We bought him in when he was tearing it up on the left mid for Fulham.
I was going to say he used to play on the wing. Like I think it was left or right wing, like you said. I mean, he was scoring ridiculous amount of goals there.
It was him and his brother. They were tearing it up. They were absolutely tearing it up.
Where's his brother now?
At Fulham. I don't know where his brother is.
Yeah, you're right. Though it was both.
I think they were inverted. So I think Sessegnon was playing on the right, and his brother was playing on the left. And ultimately they were cutting on the inside. But Sess was just fantastic. From the age of 16, that guy was a professional first-team footballer. From the age of 16. So the guy's got some talent.
It's just wasted here. It's wasted here, honestly.
Send it back to Fulham. Send it back to Fulham.
Plymouth, I think that's how you pronounce it. Argyle?
Sorry, say again?
Argyle, that's where he plays.
Plymouth Argyle.
Plymouth Argyle, yeah. That's where he plays right now.
John Lindsay's back in here. He says, when we play with Harry Stinks, we basically have one-man midfield. The guy is scared to jump for headers and go for 50-50 challenges. And today he was shocking. I'm going to say it. He was awful. I mean, not many of those players were good today, let's be honest. But, oh, my goodness, Harry Winks. Winks.
Sofa score rating, who do you think was rated the highest out of the whole squad?
I'm gonna say Lloris. Kept us in it in a couple of good couple of times.
I would say Harry Kane would be like there as well.
But listen, Sofa score, you got to take it to the pinch as well. Who is it?
Yeah, not even close. Bear in mind, Sofa score base their ratings on statistics on a player based on their position. Best player rated by Sofa score was Eric Dyer. 7.5. Wow. Harry Kane was 7.1. Hugo Lloris was 6.9.
There you go.
And Harry Winks was the worst rated player on the squad.
I mean, I got to say, Højbjerg wasn't very good today as well. Neither was.
I've already gone on a rant about Højbjerg. I'm not gonna.
Son was pretty non-existent. Obviously, he had that chance where he backheeled it. Probably should have just shot normally rather than doing a fancy flick. Sessegnon.
I'd like to point out one positive thing though. It was really nice to see that we're once again at a time with Harry Kane where in the box they've all been told 3 players mark Harry Kane. Did you see that goal that he made? He had to shove 3 players around to get in there and get a goal. Sucks that it was offside, but that is prime Harry Kane. 3 players need to block him. World Cup, it was always the same thing too. There's like almost the whole team is just grabbing onto Harry Kane to make sure he doesn't head the ball or anything. It was good to see that. It's just unfortunate that the players around him aren't giving him enough service.
Yeah, there's 5 players in that Middlesbrough squad that I saw today that I'd take at Spurs. Crooks, Howson and Tavernier, Paddy McNair and Joe Lumley. Their goalkeeper.
What about Johnny Howson?
That's what I said, Howson. Johnny Howson. Yeah. So they're middle 3 of Tavernier, Howson and Crooks. I'll take Paddy McNair and I'd also take Joe Lumley as well.
I thought Tavernier was good. Is that the Rangers guy's brother, isn't it? He looks decent. But listen, Dragon Esports in there, big yourself up. Not seen you before. Welcome to the channel. He says Johnny Howson, masterclass, walks into Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And Jones, he's saying, very good point as well. He was good.
Yeah. And the thing is, Jones has been consistent. Jones and Crooks have been very consistent throughout this entire season, ever since Chris Wilder came in.
We said it, didn't we? Ojo, we literally said these players are decent players. Josh, go back to our preview. We said Middlesbrough are no mugs. They're no mugs. They got some decent players.
I love that the 3 players we picked are actually the ones that sort of were dominating this game.
I don't love it. I don't love it. It just proves that we did.
I meant it sarcastically. I obviously don't love it. I've always said
man of the match was Joe Lumley. Statistically, was Lumley, their goalkeeper. He pulled us some amazing saves today.
That save from who was it near the end where he saved it with the back of his hand? It came off one of their players, didn't it? He saved it with the back of his hand. He kind of reached round. It was unbelievable. But listen, Dragon Esports saying I'm a Boro fan. Well, congratulations, mate. It's got to be said. Like we're
thoroughly deserved.
We're pissed off, but listen, hands down, you guys deserve the win. Your fans were excellent at the end as well. It looked absolutely buzzing there. But listen, well done. I hope you go on and to win it because I cannot stand Chelsea winning this. I can't stand Man City winning this. I can't stand Liverpool winning this. Just please go and do something. Go on and win it. But listen, congratulations. You guys were the better team, and we would take a couple of your players, like we're saying, at the rate we're going. And imagine us saying this. It's incredible. Simply, he's saying losing is bad enough. It's the way we keep losing, which really hurts. Exactly. I mean, we win against Man City, bang, then we lose against a Burnley, the game after. Win against Leeds, spirits back up, bang, lose against Middlesbrough. It's like a complete seesaw at Tottenham. It's just so unstable. It's all over the place. There's no consistency. There's no passion. It's horrendous. Joe's saying Liverpool for the quad. Of course you are, Joe. He's saying Johnny Howson as well, agreeing with you guys as well. And it was almost an own goal. I mean, listen.
Has there ever actually been a team that's done the quad? Domestic quad? I don't think there is there?
Did Man United did the treble, didn't they?
I don't think Liverpool could be the first team to do the quad.
Hey, it's not the agenda for them. I think they're going to run the City all the way in the Premier League. Champions League, I'd say they probably look the best in the Champions League at the moment, other than maybe City. But they, as we know, don't historically do well in the Champions League. And then FA Cup. I mean,
I reckon they're going to do it. I might go down the bookies and put a tenner on that tomorrow.
Listen, Tottenham have just tweeted, thank you for your incredible support. Wishing all those who travelled a safe journey home. I hope
how about you refund them?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Every single fan that travelled down.
Yeah. Honestly, that's exactly what I was going to say. They should be refunding everyone. I mean, let's see the comments. Refund them. Shut up. Yeah, it's to refund them. It's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Football Twitter's toxic, though, man.
I thought
it's toxic.
Mate, we've just called what the replies are going to be. Like, listen, we're equipped to it. We're well equipped to it. Joe's saying, yeah, there is Liverpool this season. He's saying Liverpool this season are going to do the quad.
Good luck to him.
Last time.
Josh, how about this? Go ahead.
I was just going to say last time we played Liverpool in the Cup, we lost 14-13 on pens, according to Dragon. He's saying about Middlesbrough, and Leo saying that would mean even less of a budget. What were you going to say, Andre?
Budget's 20 quid as it is.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to say, Josh, I'd like to hear because usually you've seen we like having our top three and our bottom three. We're not even going to bother with the top three today. What would you say are your bottom three players
today?
For today? Yes.
Son, Højbjerg, Winks.
And why?
I'd agree.
Son, Højbjerg, Winks. Son's just non-existent.
I'd take Doherty as well.
Winks is just Winks. He's absolute dog shit, and Højbjerg is half-assed.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'll actually give you a best three as well. Best three today: Eric Dyer, Christian Romero, and Hugo Lloris.
Okay, so you left Kane out of that one.
Yeah, Kane. You can't really put too much blame on Kane. There wasn't really much going to him today.
Yeah. So you'd say Kane was more like if there had been a top five, would Kane make it in there?
Possibly.
But again, Andre, like I said at the start, I mean, it's very hard to be stringing together positives on that game. You can't give too many positives on this. Like I know that's what we got to try and do, but listen, it's being realistic at the same time.
It's hard to be positive when you're a Spurs fan.
Yeah,
after
it is
that
true,
as well. After that,
you know, I'm just trying to bring some positivity in here because at the end of the day, just like those players are gonna have to go shake it off and go into that next game. And you know, us as fans, we can be really mad about this, but you know, we also have to look at a couple of things that were working and take those into take it into that next game.
The thing is, what annoys me is you're going to get the Spurs fans that are going to go into the Everton game. Yeah, we're going to win this. We're going to smash them 3-0. And then it's going to be the same rinse.
Listen, I'm going to that game. I'm starting to think, should I get rid of my ticket? Because I mean, I go traveling.
Are you traveling far?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, traveling from the south coast, about an hour and a half train. So I mean, is it worth my time? Is it worth my effort? I don't know if it is. But listen, this is what this club does to me, and I'm still gonna go. But I know I'm just gonna regret it. I'm gonna regret it. Why should we be like this? Like you said, Josh, you want to cancel your membership.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be happening. Like I'm not saying you're not doing you're doing the wrong thing. I'm just saying, why do we have to be like that? Why does the club put us to these situations? I mean, Leo's saying chances of Delhi scoring on Monday, it would probably just.
He was scoring absolute weldy, wasn't he? He would do like a rainbow flick and then just bang it top end.
Simply A saying Tottenham depression Hotspur. I mean,
it's take the Tottenham out of that. We are depression Hotspur right now.
Oh my god. Well, Sessegnon makes my top three. You know what? Yeah, I mean he was one of those outstanding performances for sure. But again, for me, just the offsides was the issue with him. But you know what? Josh made a good point too, that he's putting pressure up top. He's making runs, and that's what I like to see. But unfortunately, we aren't going to go far with this defense. I'm sorry. Even if you're saying, you know, Davies, Romero, and Dyer it can be a dream sometimes. Most of the time, it's not. So to me, I really feel like that summer we need to strengthen that defense and bring in someone creative because, people can say Lascelles and Dombele, how would you get rid of your creativity? But they weren't doing anything. They really weren't. And unfortunately, right now, only has one creative midfielder.
I think there's more that needs to be done to the squad than just bringing in players. I think a lot of dead weight needs to be sold as well.
Oh yeah, I think so.
I would even go as far as terminating Harry Winks' contract.
Well, like they did with Aurier.
I don't know if that would be.
Who would you rather have in the squad right now, Sergio Aurier or Emerson Royal?
I said this on Twitter earlier. Go on my Twitter. I said Emerson is worse than Aurier.
Yep, 100%.
And someone said, "Are you trying to wind people up?" And I said, "No, Emerson is genuinely worse than Aurier." And he was like, "You're just trying to get a reaction." I was like, "Well, I'm not." He's shocking. He is shocking. Like
Sergio Aurier scored goals,
and he put crosses in. He could put good crosses in.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing too, Josh. I've said this multiple times. Like, I'm not gonna go off on Emerson because he was brought in for a different manager with a different system.
He was also brought in as a right back, not a right wing back.
Exactly. He was brought in for whatever Nuno was trying to do with this team. He was not brought in to be a right wing back. I can assure you that if it was between Emerson and Tomiyasu and it was Conte who was here and he had to pick one, he would pick Tomiyasu because he does play right wing back. It's that simple. And I really feel bad because he actually, like, James slayed me for talking about Brazil, but he plays decently for Brazil.
Aurier like Cafu compared to Emerson. 100% agree.
This is brilliant, Aaron. Yeah, big up, Aaron. Welcome on in. Dragon Esports also saying Jones is better than Sessegnon. What do you think of that? I mean, yeah, maybe that's a bit too far.
No
but
comment.
Listen,
No comment.
Fire Sale says
Fire
Ronnie
Sale,
should be a fire sale. Leah saying it's his first season in the Prem. I'm giving Royale time.
I'm giving him no more time. The thing, it's all well and good saying you're going to give a player time, right? But has Emerson Royal showed any signs of improvement? No. At least when players get consistent first-team football week in, week out, they start to show improvements. Look at Sessegnon. And Sessegnon's starting to show improvements. And he's not even started for half the season. What's Emerson's excuse? What is his excuse? There isn't one. His end product is terrible. His control of the ball is terrible. He gets the ball, he runs with it, and he runs into people. Come on.
Well,
absolutely.
Don't forget, they were doubling up on that left side. That 100% Chris Wilder was, look, if you shut down that left side, we're fine because all the pace is on the left. You got Son and you got Cess. The right side has Kulu. He's good, but he's not pacey. That's exactly what happened. So I'm not going to blame Sessegnon at all. He was being those players were on him immediately.
Listen, guys, I want to quickly go through the Football London player ratings. And I want to see what you guys think. I know it's difficult. Maybe we'll do a player ratings later in the week, but they've gone Lloris 6. What do you make of that?
Depends on what they put everybody else as.
Okay, let me go through them quickly, and then you can get the general gist. Okay, right, Lloris 6, Romero 5. I think that's harsh. Dyer 7. Probably agree with Josh there. Ben Davies 6. Doherty 5. Winks 4, Højbjerg 4, Sessegnon 4, Kulusevski 6, Kane 4, Son 3, Bergwijn 5, Emerson 3, and Reguilon NA because he didn't really play enough.
Wait, so they've put Harry Winks better than Son
and Kane.
No,
they put Winks and Kane on the same as 4. That's awful.
What?
That's awful. Football London.
Were they watching the game?
Alistair Gold's had a shocker.
Alice, I don't trust Alistair Gold as far as I could throw him. I really don't. I do not like him. That's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a journalist first and a football fan second.
This is generous, like Aaron's saying. This is very generous. We've gone from Kyle Walker to Trippier to Aurier to Doherty to Emerson. You know, throw Andre at right back or something. Honestly, Kulu created a great goal. I know Kulu created a great, I guess, chance for Son before extra time. He should have scored.
I don't get why he was brought off. I really don't. Winks stayed on the pitch the whole game.
Ronnie said, "Were they scoring the boxing match on Saturday? You know, the rigged one." Oh, that is awful. That is awful. Listen, I would, if I had to do it very quickly off the top of, like we said, I agree with what Josh is saying. I think Romero, Lloris, and probably Dyer were our best players. Winks has to be about 2. Sessegnon 4. Kulusevski 5 or 6. Kane probably 5 or 6 as well. Son 4.
Are we doing 0.5s at all?
Winks, Højbjerg, and some of the worst 3 players on the pitch.
Winks, Højbjerg, and Son between them have to be 4s and 3s, right? But how they've put Kane at 4, I put Kane at 5 or 6. Ben Davies has to be not a 6. I mean, Ben Davies has got to be a 5. Sorry. Emerson.
Yeah, I don't get how they've rated Ben Davies higher than Romero. I really don't get that.
It's shocking. It's shocking. But listen, guys, any concluding points before we kind of end things off and wish everyone a good night in terms of getting some rest if you can? Because I mean,
all I know is that I'm on a decline at the moment. The adrenaline has worn off, and I'm starting to become extremely tired.
Josh,
which is how I feel after watching every Spurs game right now.
Yeah.
We're just not good enough. That's the conclusion is we're just not good enough. The only thing consistent about Spurs is our inconsistencies. And if there's one thing that Tottenham never failed to do, it's disappoint us.
Spot on, Josh. And, we're always going to get disappointed. But the thing that's annoyed me the most is we'll win a game, then we'll lose. We'll probably win against Everton, then we'll lose to...
Conte's going to walk tomorrow. Conte's going to walk tomorrow.
No, I don't think he will. I don't think he will.
I reckon he will.
Don't scare me like that, please.
No, he will. He will.
Leo's just said, bye, Conte. Enjoy your final night as Spurs manager. I'm sure you'll be gone in the morning. Guys, this is turning into a real nightmare, so I'm going to end things off. But listen, guys, massive. Oh, hang on, wait.
I'm going to be scared to open my phone tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Even Aaron's saying, yeah, he's off. Mill's saying, change of subject, boys. Who do Spurs go for after in the summer window if Conte gets full back in?
Well, we're not going to go after anyone because Conte's gone tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've said it before. We want Botman, those kind of players, but it's a pipe dream if we don't.
All you have to do is read his body. All you have to do is read his body language today. He was fed up.
Yeah, I didn't see any passion in there. No yelling.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't teach it how to drink. And I think that goes for the majority of the Spurs squad right now. You can tell them what they need to do, but it's all down to that. But you can't make them apply it.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great. I like that. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't teach it to drink. I love it. But listen, Simply Ace is saying, to conclude, I got my therapy from this show, and I hope you guys all got your therapy from this show. Got things off your chest in the comments. Josh, I hope it's helped you in some way. I know you're saying you're feeling tired, but hopefully you can get a good night's sleep now.
I've been at work since 8 o'clock this morning, and I come home to that pile of shit.
But listen,
not necessary.
Listen, guys, if you did enjoy the video and the live stream after the game, please do hit the thumbs up button. It really helps the channel grow. Josh, really appreciate your time and coming in on here.
Cheers,
I know I think this is your first time on here, so appreciate you taking
it's my second time, man. My second time.
Second time, sorry, literally, mate. I'm tired as well. I've been up since very early, but Josh, yeah, second time. It's been good. I think it's the longest we've had you on. I think that's.
It won't be the last. It won't be the last. Trust me.
It would be good to have you back on.
Yeah.
Appendix just said Ralph can't buy players. Low morale, same with Conte. Sorry, Spurs. Better luck in a few years. I think we're going to need.
Better luck in about 30, mate. 30.
But listen, guys, thank you so much for watching. We will be back later in the week. For more videos, more live streams, more content for you guys. Keep an eye on the community section of our YouTube. Follow us on all socials. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. And we are out. All the best, guys. Have a good night. Try and get some sleep. And we'll see you next time. Up the Spurs. Go on, you Spurs.
Leave it out.
Spurs.